Good evening and welcome to Midnight Movie Club. In tonight's video we are going to discuss what the future of the Alien franchise could look like, as it seems like Fox are starting to plan out just how they can take it forward. Look, being an Alien fan is tough. The first two films are masterpieces, the third was okay I suppose, but just went a direction nobody really wanted. Then Resurrection, okay, alien swimming was cool, but that's the only positive thing to take away from that. Then we get to the prequels, starting with Prometheus. Okay, so we will get some backstory on where these xenomorph things came from, and what that space jockey was back in Alien. Awesome. Then we see the film, and we are left with more questions, and as it turns out, that huge space jockey was just some bald alien guy. Okay, but in saying that, I kind of liked Prometheus, and was looking forward to Paradise and seeing their home world, but oh shit, Fox Studios are super reactionary and people want more Alien in their Alien prequels, so scrap Paradise and any other plans and enter Alien Covenant. I mean, don't get me wrong, Covenant had some cool stuff like back and throat busting neomorphs, but then it had this skinnier, shittier version of the xenomorph, which I hope was just a prototype or a cousin to the real thing. Oh, and spoiler, David the android from Prometheus created the first Xeno. I know, it's the biggest fuck up ever. Why could we just not have left the prequels at Prometheus, scrapped Free and Resurrection, and just got Blomkamp's sequel to Aliens? But it is not game over just yet. There is a way to save this series. I will make a separate video entirely on how they can save the Alien series, and it will include David not being the one who created the Xeno we know and love, and also some more engineers and what's going on with them. It will explain how I would like the sequels to be tied up and how Fox can move on after that. Oh, and it will never happen, it's just the way I hope and dream of seeing the Alien franchise go. But for now, let's take a look at how Fox are actually moving forward with one of their most prized properties. There are rumblings online from various news outlets reporting that Fox are considering developing an Alien series. Following the box office bomb that was Alien Covenant last year, 20th Century Fox reportedly started to look at their future of this series. This is apparently what has led to the delay to the sequel to Covenant and the final film in the prequel trilogy. Ridley Scott was tasked to find a new direction for the prequel series, just like after Prometheus, so God knows what he might come up with this time. So with all this, it seemed like it was going to be a long time before we saw a new fresh take on the xenomorph on our screens, but now Omega Underground are reporting that they have heard from a reliable source that an Alien series might well be in the works. They said back in April, a reliable source revealed to us that a series within the Alien universe was being considered behind the scenes. I was able to reaffirm the rumbling with another source located in another country that was able to support some of the basic info. What they couldn't connect on is where it would land, be it FX or a streaming platform. Hulu and Netflix were ruled out at this time. AVP Galaxy have also stated that they can confirm that they have heard discussions of something being in early days of development over at Fox, but not to get too hung up on the word show or series. So if we're not to expect a series or show of some kind, then what can we expect? Personally, from the sounds of things, I think it is possible that Fox may well have a streaming service of their own in the works, but not something along the lines of Netflix or Stan. Something more like what Oat Studios are doing over in their YouTube channel and website. If you are not familiar with Oats, I will link you them in the description. Make sure to check them out, they have some awesome shorts over on their channel. Let me explain why I think this. It's because all of these talks of something brewing at Fox with Alien came out around the same time that Fox announced a short film competition. They want fans to create their own original story within the Alien universe, and the 6 pitches that win will be selected to move on to full-blown production and receive a budget of $30,000 US. Fox wants a wholly original story with completely new characters, but your pitch should draw on all the things that made the original Alien so groundbreaking. Now, sadly, it's only open to those in the US, so if I have any subs watching from the US, get out there and go for it. Honestly, you never know what might happen. It's a great opportunity, and if you are stuck on what to come up with, email me and I'll send you some ideas, since I can't take part in this competition. But to me, it sounds like Fox want to know what we as Alien fans want to see, and they will take these 6 pitches and run with them in some new format. Now, 30 grand isn't a huge budget at all, but for a short film, or at least the first part in a 4 to 6 part web series, it could really create something solid within the universe. There are some great fan-made shorts out there that were made for next to nothing. To me, it really sounds like the start of Fox just giving the fans what they want. Instead of being so reactionary like they were after Prometheus, they are actually going to put it on us to tell them what direction to go. I really could see the Alien universe having its own streaming service with an anthology of short films on there made by first-time directors who are truly passionate about the franchise and want to prove themselves. We could also have a few mini-series on there with a story arc about a farming colony in the far reaches of space with a xeno infestation, and another about colonial marines off doing whatever they do. It doesn't even have to have a xeno in it. If we can just go off with the marines fighting any sort of enemy, but in that universe, it would just be awesome to see. The possibilities of something like this would be endless. I also think it would be a great chance to adapt some of the Dark Horse comic book stories into live action. The thought of this honestly got me excited about Alien again, and I would definitely pay up to about $15 a month for a subscription to something like this. In the future, if it is really taken off and successful, they could even start to incorporate Predator as well, and we could finally get some good AVP content like the comics. But then again, this is probably just a pipe dream I've concocted in my head on what they should do with this Alien show series that isn't a show or a series. But let me know what you think of what I've put forward. Honestly, I would love this, but I would also want Alien on the big screen. It deserves to be there and be successful. To anyone who says it's been overdone and it's not scary anymore, that's absolute bullshit. If there's anything that's overdone, it is bloody superhero movies, and it's not the Alien that isn't scary anymore, it's the way it's been portrayed on film that has made it less nightmarish than what it used to be. If you don't believe me and you don't think that the Xenos can be scary again, go and read Alien Labyrinth. That made the Xeno hive look absolutely terrifying, and I would love to see a great horror director get his hands on a script adapted from that story. But anyway, I've rambled on for a little too long now. It is time for you to let me know what you think is going on over at Fox with Alien, and just remember, it is still all rumours, so take it all with a pinch of salt, but these rumours are sounding rather convincing when you start putting it all together. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like, and if you are new here, then subscribe to join the club. As always, thank you very much for watching, and good night.